If you're over 40 and wondering why you're not getting the positive responses from women that you used to get, the answer might be simpler than you think. It's not about your age, your confidence, or your personality. It might be about what you're wearing and how it's working against you instead of for you. Here's the thing. You clicked on this video because somewhere in the back of your mind, you suspect that your style choices might be sending the wrong message. That instinct is probably right. And the fact that you're willing to examine this honestly already puts you ahead of most men your age who've simply given up on making an effort. Today, I'm going to share the specific clothing choices that women consistently find unattractive on men over 40. These aren't arbitrary fashion rules. These are insights based on real feedback from women about what makes them lose interest or form negative first impressions. Some of these might surprise you, others might make you want to check your closet immediately. But here's what's important. Every single one of these has a simple fix. You don't need a complete wardrobe overhaul or an unlimited budget. You just need to understand what's working against you and make some strategic adjustments that will dramatically improve how women perceive you. Mistake number 1. Wearing clothes that are too big. Let's start with the biggest culprit, and it's one that affects almost every man over 40. You're wearing clothes that are too big for your body. I know this might seem counterintuitive. Maybe you think loose clothing hides imperfections or makes you look bigger and more imposing. The truth is, it's doing the exact opposite. Here's what women see when you wear oversized clothing. They see a man who either doesn't understand how clothes should fit, doesn't care enough about his appearance to get proper fitting, or is trying to hide his body because he's ashamed of it. None of these create attraction. Baggy jeans make your legs look shorter and your torso look wider. Oversized shirts make you look heavier than you are and suggest you've either gained weight since buying them or you don't understand proportions. Loose jackets make your shoulders disappear and your entire frame look shapeless. Women notice fit immediately. They might not consciously think, "His shirt is too big," but they will think, "Something looks off," or "He looks sloppy," or "He doesn't seem to have his life together." These subconscious impressions happen in seconds and are very difficult to overcome with personality or charm. The fix is straightforward. Get your clothes tailored to your actual body. Not the body you had 10 years ago, not the body you hope to have next year, your current body. A $50 shirt that fits perfectly will make you look infinitely better than a $200 shirt that's too big. This attention to proper fit becomes even more crucial when we look at specific items that women find particularly off-putting. Mistake number 2. Graphic t-shirts and novelty clothing. This one might sting a little, but it needs to be said. Women over 30 are generally not attracted to men who wear graphic t-shirts with cartoons, band logos from decades ago, funny sayings, or internet memes. What seems fun and expressive to you often reads as immature and stuck in the past to them. Here's why this creates such a negative impression. When a woman sees a 45-year-old man wearing a shirt with a cartoon character or a joke about beer, she unconsciously questions his emotional maturity. She wonders if he's still mentally stuck in college, if he makes good decisions, if he could be a serious partner or father figure. I'm not saying you have to dress like you're going to a funeral every day, but there's a difference between showing personality through quality clothing choices and wearing your adolescence on your chest. The graphic t-shirt says, "I peaked in high school," even if that's not remotely true about your life. Band t-shirts are particularly problematic because they often look worn out, faded, and cheap, even if they weren't when you bought them. And honestly, wearing a shirt from a concert you attended in 1995 makes you look like you haven't created any new memories worth celebrating since then. The alternative isn't boring white t-shirts forever. Invest in quality solid-colored t-shirts, Henleys, or simple striped shirts. Show your personality through the colors you choose, the fit you maintain, and the confidence you project, not through what's printed on your chest. Women want to see that you've evolved since your 20s, that you make mature choices, and that you understand appropriate context for different situations. Your clothing is one of the first ways you communicate these things. But even if you upgrade your t-shirts, there's another category of clothing that consistently creates negative impressions. Mistake number 3. Athletic wear as everyday clothing. Unless you're actively going to or coming from the gym, wearing athletic clothing as your regular wardrobe is a major turnoff for most women. I'm talking about gym shorts to dinner, athletic slides to social events, or workout clothes for anything that isn't actually working out. Here's what women think when they see this. They think you either don't understand social contexts, you're too lazy to put in effort for them, or you've completely given up on presenting yourself well. None of these thoughts lead to attraction or respect. Athletic wear says, I prioritize my comfort over everything else, including how I make you feel when we're seen together in public. It suggests you don't consider the setting, the occasion, or how your appearance reflects on your date or partner. But there's a subtler issue here too. Constantly wearing athletic clothing often indicates that you're not engaged with the world beyond your personal comfort zone. It suggests you're not going places or doing things that require you to dress appropriately for different situations. Women are attracted to men who are socially aware, who understand context, and who care enough to present themselves appropriately for different situations. This doesn't mean you need to wear a suit everywhere, but it does mean understanding that different occasions call for different clothing choices. The fix is simple. Save athletic wear for athletic activities. For everything else, choose actual clothes. Jeans, chinos, button-down shirts, polo shirts, casual blazers. These don't require significantly more effort than throwing on gym clothes, but they show you understand the difference between private comfort and public presentation. This awareness of appropriate context becomes even more important when we consider accessories that can instantly age you in negative ways. Mistake number 4. Outdated accessories. Your accessories might be sabotaging you more than your clothes. I'm talking about the baseball cap you've worn for 15 years, the white athletic socks with dress shoes, the chunky watch that was trendy when you bought it, or the wallet so thick it creates a visible bulge in your pants. Women notice accessories because they're details, and women tend to be very good at noticing details. An outdated or inappropriate accessory can undo an otherwise good outfit and create an impression that you're out of touch with current times. The baseball cap issue is particularly important. If you're wearing the same style of cap you wore in college, or if you're using caps to hide hair loss in inappropriate settings, you're sending the wrong message. There's a time and place for casual caps, but wearing them to dinner, on dates, or in professional settings makes you look like you're trying to cling to a younger version of yourself. White athletic socks with dress shoes is an immediate signal that you don't understand basic style principles. It's such a fundamental mistake that women often use it as a quick way to assess whether a man knows how to dress himself appropriately. Chunky, outdated watches tell women you haven't updated your style in years, which makes them wonder what other areas of your life you've allowed to become stagnant. A simple classic watch will serve you much better than something that screams, "I bought this in 2003." The solution is to audit your accessories honestly. Ask yourself, do these look current? Do they work well with different outfits? Do they enhance my appearance or detract from it? Often, the answer is to simplify. Fewer, better accessories that work with everything you own. But accessories aren't the only things that can make you look stuck in the past. Mistake number 5. Outdated hairstyles and grooming. This technically isn't clothing, but it's so connected to your overall presentation that it deserves attention. Many men over 40 are wearing the same hairstyle they've had for decades, and it's aging them in ways that repel rather than attract women. The hairstyle you had at 25 might not work for your face, your hairline, or your lifestyle at 45. What looked youthful and energetic 2 decades ago might now look like you're desperately clinging to your youth or simply not paying attention to how you've changed. Women notice when men have clearly not updated their look in years. It suggests you're not self-aware. You don't adapt to change, or you're not interested in presenting your best current self. All of these are unattractive qualities in a potential partner, but it goes beyond just the haircut. Outdated grooming habits, like not trimming nose or ear hair, neglecting your eyebrows, or using the same cologne you wore in high school, create negative impressions that undermine everything else you're doing right. The solution requires honest assessment and usually professional help. Find a good barber or stylist who can suggest a hairstyle that works with your current face, hairline, and lifestyle. Update your grooming routine to address the changes that come with age. And please, retire that cologne from 1998. This attention to current, appropriate grooming connects to another major issue that many men don't realize is working against them: Mistake number 6. Trying to dress like a younger man. This is a big one, and it's painful to watch. Men over 40 trying to dress like they're 25, thinking it will make them look young and attractive. Instead, it makes them look desperate and out of touch with their own life stage. I'm talking about skinny jeans that are too tight, trendy sneakers designed for teenagers, or adopting fashion trends that are clearly meant for men half your age. What you think makes you look young actually makes you look like you're having a midlife crisis. Here's what women see. They see a man who isn't comfortable with his age, his maturity, or his place in life. They see someone who might be unreliable, who might make decisions based on desperation rather than wisdom, who might not be ready for an adult relationship with adult responsibilities. The irony is that when you try to look younger through clothing, you actually emphasize your age in a negative way. You create a contrast that highlights the gap between who you're trying to appear to be and who you actually are. Women are attracted to men who are confident about their age and life stage. They want someone who has the wisdom and stability that comes with experience, not someone who's still trying to be the person he was 20 years ago. The solution is to dress like the best version of yourself at your actual age. This doesn't mean dressing like your grandfather, but it does mean choosing styles that complement your maturity rather than fighting against it. Well-fitted jeans instead of skinny jeans. Quality leather shoes instead of trendy sneakers. Classic styles instead of whatever teenagers are wearing this season. This brings us to another area where many men over 40 make choices that actively repel women. Mistake number 7. Poor quality fabrics and materials. Women can instantly tell the difference between quality materials and cheap ones, even if they can't always articulate why something looks wrong. Cheap fabrics, synthetic materials that don't breathe, and clothing that pills or fades after a few washes all create negative impressions that go beyond just looking bad. Polyester dress shirts, cheap synthetic suits, or plastic leather accessories send a message about your priorities and your attention to quality. Women interpret this as either not caring enough to invest in yourself or not understanding the difference between quality and cheap imitations. But there's a deeper psychological element here. Women often associate clothing quality with other areas of your life. If you cut corners on how you present yourself, they wonder where else you might cut corners. Quality clothing suggests attention to detail, understanding of value, and self-respect. The shiny, cheap-looking synthetic fabrics that many men choose because they're wrinkle-free or easy care actually make you look like you prioritize convenience over appearance. They don't move naturally with your body, they don't age well, and they often have an artificial sheen that screams inexpensive. The solution isn't to spend a fortune on designer labels. It's to invest in natural fabrics, cotton, wool, linen, even if it means buying fewer pieces. A smaller wardrobe of quality pieces will serve you infinitely better than a large wardrobe of cheap clothing. Learn to recognize quality, how fabric feels, how seams are finished, how buttons are attached. Women notice these details, and they form judgments based on them whether they realize it or not. This attention to quality becomes even more important when we consider specific items that can instantly kill attraction. Mistake number 8. Inappropriate footwear choices. Your shoes might be destroying your attractiveness more than any other single item you wear. Women look at men's shoes immediately and make instant judgments about personality, success, attention to detail, and overall attractiveness based on footwear choices. The biggest culprits: athletic shoes with everything, cheap dress shoes that look like plastic, sandals in inappropriate settings, or shoes that are visibly worn out, scuffed, or poorly maintained. Each of these sends a different negative message, but they all reduce your attractiveness significantly. Athletic shoes with dress pants or any non-athletic outfit immediately signal that you don't understand appropriate dress codes or you simply don't care enough to dress properly. Women see this as a lack of social awareness or respect for the occasion. Cheap, shiny dress shoes look fake and plasticky, suggesting you either can't tell the difference between quality and imitation, or you're trying to appear more successful than you actually are. Both interpretations are unattractive. Wearing sandals or flip-flops outside of beach or pool settings makes most women cringe. It's seen as lazy, inappropriate, and often unhygienic. Unless you're at a resort or beach, closed-toe shoes are almost always the better choice. But even good shoes can work against you if they're poorly maintained. Scuffed, unpolished, or worn-out shoes suggest you don't take care of your possessions or pay attention to details, qualities that don't translate well to relationship potential. The solution is to invest in fewer, better pairs of shoes and maintain them properly. A good leather dress shoe, a quality casual leather shoe, and clean classic sneakers will handle most situations appropriately. Learn basic shoe care, cleaning, polishing, proper storage, because well-maintained shoes elevate every outfit. This attention to footwear connects to another area where many men unknowingly sabotage their attractiveness. Mistake number 9. Ignoring seasonal appropriateness. Many men over 40 dress the same way year-round, ignoring seasonal appropriateness in ways that make women question their awareness and adaptability. I'm talking about wearing the same heavy fabrics in summer, the same light fabrics in winter, or completely ignoring weather conditions when choosing outfits. Women notice when you're dressed inappropriately for the season or weather because it suggests you're not paying attention to your environment or you lack the flexibility to adapt to changing conditions. These qualities don't translate well to other areas of life. Wearing a heavy wool suit in July makes you look out of touch with reality. Wearing shorts and sandals in October makes you look like you're not aware of your surroundings. Both create negative impressions that go beyond just looking uncomfortable. But there's also the issue of seasonal colors and fabrics. Wearing dark, heavy colors in spring and summer can make you look dated and inflexible. Wearing light, summery colors in fall and winter can make you look equally out of touch. The solution is to build seasonal awareness into your wardrobe choices. Lighter fabrics and colors for warm weather, heavier fabrics, and richer colors for cool weather. This doesn't require a huge wardrobe, just conscious choices about when to wear what. Women are attracted to men who demonstrate awareness of their environment and the ability to adapt appropriately to different conditions. Your clothing choices are an easy way to demonstrate these attractive qualities. This brings us to the final mistake that might be the most damaging to your attractiveness. Mistake number 10. Neglecting overall hygiene and maintenance. The final mistake isn't about specific clothing items. It's about how you maintain and present everything you wear. I'm talking about clothes that smell like they haven't been washed properly. Visible stains, wrinkles, loose threads, missing buttons, or general signs that you don't take care of your belongings. Women notice these details immediately, and they form instant judgments about your character based on them. If you don't take care of your clothes, they wonder what else in your life you're neglecting. If you can't be bothered to iron a shirt or fix a loose button, they question whether you have the attention to detail necessary for a successful relationship. But it goes beyond just basic cleanliness. Women also notice when clothes don't fit well because you haven't adjusted them as your body has changed, when shoes are worn down because you haven't replaced them when appropriate, or when accessories look dated because you haven't updated them in years. The underlying message is that you either don't care about your appearance or you lack the self-awareness to notice when things need attention. Both interpretations are problematic for romantic attractiveness. The solution requires building new habits around clothing maintenance, regular washing with proper techniques, immediate attention to stains, prompt repairs of loose buttons or small tears, and periodic assessment of whether items still fit properly or serve you well. Women are attracted to men who demonstrate that they can take care of themselves and their possessions. This suggests they might also be able to take care of a relationship, a family, or shared responsibilities. This attention to maintenance and care reflects a deeper attractiveness that goes beyond clothing. It demonstrates the kind of self-respect and attention to detail that women find genuinely attractive in long-term partners. Here's what I want you to remember. These clothing mistakes aren't about following arbitrary fashion rules or spending lots of money on designer labels. They're about understanding how your choices communicate to the women you want to attract and making adjustments that align your appearance with your actual best qualities. You don't need to fix all 10 of these mistakes immediately. Pick the one or two that resonated most strongly with you and start there. Maybe it's finally getting your clothes properly fitted. Maybe it's updating your grooming routine. Maybe it's simply paying more attention to seasonal appropriateness and clothing maintenance. If this helped you identify areas where your clothing choices might be working against you, I'd love to hear about it. Hit subscribe if you want more honest advice about how men over 40 can present themselves in ways that attract rather than repel the women they're interested in. And here's my question for you. Which of these 10 mistakes hit closest to home? What's the one change you're going to make first to ensure your style is working for you instead of against you? Share your thoughts in the comments. I read every one and love hearing about the improvements you're making. You deserve to feel confident about how you present yourself to the world. More importantly, you deserve to have your appearance work as an asset in your relationships rather than an obstacle. The choice to make that happen is entirely in your hands.